Welcome to the bunker. This is something I've been waiting an age for, but it's finally here, and that is Scenario Berlin. Did notice down here in the category is Scenario North Africa as well, so when that comes out, you know I am all over that. But we obviously have Berlin to save first, so we are in the closing stages of the war. This one starts on the 29th of March, so we have got basically a couple of months to last and save the city, so let's see what we can do. So this is what the map looks like into 4 factions. So we've got over here the Allies and the West Army, which basically are a bit unplayable at the moment, I believe. So we are on Berlin Defense Area, which is us, and we are fighting the Red Army. So let's jump in. Now this is a bit of a rough first release of the game, so there's a few bits and pieces that still need tweaking, but we'll still have a good game and see if we can save Germany. We obviously have the main man in charge who's delusional, so gets a daily balance of power change. So we do actually have a balance of power, obviously, so goes, you know, no hope and absolute belief, which we want to stay that side so we get some good recovery, organisation and stability. So it is ticking up the right side at the moment. Obviously that will change if we start losing, but we do have a few decisions which can tweak it either way. So not great national spirit, but that will go 27th of April, the impending apocalypse. So minus 20 stability, main one. Bit of defence against the Red Army, which funny enough is going to come in very good use. We do have war exhaustion, which basically means we are out of everything. Support, entrenchment, fuel, everything. Overcrowded shelters, so monthly pop and some bombing vulnerability. We do get cheap guns for less experience gain, so I'll take that. And we've got the nodding donkeys of the German High Command, so stability, the attack, division speed, but we get political power. And we also got back to the wall, a bit more defence. The Allied gets a defence, but we are not going to be against them. We've got the reason to fight, only that. A few bits we can change. Now, a lot of these aren't actually got anything behind them, so there's no stats behind half of the advisors, which is a bit annoying. We have a lovely focus tree, though, so it's not too bad. There's a few different paths you can go. I don't think most of them work, so there's like revive the plot, and, you know, we could get rid of the man himself, but we won't be going that way. That's not complete yet. We will. And then we can also evacuate and end up in Argentina, which, yeah, I look forward to when this actually works and see what this does. But I don't know if we then go off the map, or I don't know. Don't know what they've got planned on that. I look forward to it. But we will go historical today. We are going historical and we are saving Germany. So we will start with Steiner's counterattack is here as well. I've just noted as well. I mean, we will be using that. The Steiner's counterattack will push us to victory, but we've got a little way to go before we can actually get that. So let's go and get a bit of political power. We've got some wonder weapons down here as well, which, you know, will be not very useful, I imagine. But we'll political power, or no, we'll take the add surrender not permitted. Bit of org loss, but we get some division defense. So we start with 170 divisions, which isn't too shabby at all. Now, the start of the game is basically on the Oder River, where they've added these bridge tiles to cross. That's the only way you can cross. They're their own little tiles with 70 combat wit and some big negative, so controlling them and the choke points is essential. Now, unlike the Stalingrad scenario, we actually have some good templates. I mean, that's pretty given because, you know, the Soviets in Stalingrad weren't exactly well prepared. But yeah, we've got some nice thick boy units in this. Even the infantry is pretty usable, so there's no real crappy units as far as I can tell. So everyone should be able to fight well. So the first thing we're going to do is going to take some divisions and we're going to plonk them on all of these river tiles, well, the bridge tiles along the river. We want to control all of these mainly. Now, it does create a weird front line, so I'm just going to do it manually and just select the little 2 tiles next to the bridge, and we'll manually get a few divisions on each. Right, that's all of them set up. So the rest of the units, so we've got 104. We'll go and give them a field marshal. We could give the man himself, but I mean, that would be as delusional as he was. So we will definitely be using an experienced field marshal with the 6 defense, definitely. And then we have got a lot of generals. I mean, it would be very thematic to use wherever he is. Steiner, there he is, but he's pretty poor. So again, I've got to go with the best generals. 7 attack and 6 defense on them all, so they'll definitely be all coming in. And then the remainder of these units, we have got a bit in the middle where they've broken over the river. So this is where they're going to be flooding their divisions in. We don't need too many on the bridges, but we're going to need a lot in the centre here. 37 factories or mills, so we're going to need some guns, we're going to need some support equipment and artillery. We'll go for some trucks and some mechanised as well. I'm not going to bother with anti-air or anti-tank. And we will need trains, but I don't really want armoured because I can't make that many. So we'll get the war austerity trains. We're going to be needing guns, so 15. We'll do a few on the artillery and support, a few on the trucks and mechanised. And then we'll have some tanks on the go as well. So we'll get some Panthers because mediums are king, just to keep them topped up. And then we've got some lovely heavy ones. So I think we'll go for the Porsche Tiger 2, I think, and we've got the Porsche designer as well, just to keep them topped up. We'll get a few out, not many I know with those mills. We do have some lovely decisions as well, so we've got some operations from focuses, and then we've got the insane difficulty mode called the Reich Must Burn mode, not for the faint-hearted. We will definitely not be doing that, so we'll just get rid of that and pretend we didn't see that and didn't chicken out of it. We've got the fortifications, so we will fortify Silo, and then we've got a few other bits that will come in. They give us some units, and then we've got the wonder weapons later. So, as soon as we get going, what I need to do is grab all of these bridges. For some reason, we don't start with the bridges. They're in Soviet hands. However, there doesn't seem to be any Soviets on our front line yet. So, we'll quickly go and grab all of them if we can. Hopefully, the Soviets aren't quicker than us at grabbing them. And as soon as we walk into them like that, we were quick enough to get that first one at least. We'll go and build some land forts on them, and hopefully that will just give us enough. 3rd of April they make them, so it's pretty quick, and it should allow us just to have a few units on here and hold off against the Soviet horde. So there's another one. We'll add some more. Next focus, we will do organise the defences for a bit of war support and stability and fortification decisions. Not attacking in the middle. They are trying to grab some of our bridges, so we will try and make the forts. Hopefully there's a lull in the combat where they actually get built, but if not, at least we've got troops on them at the moment. They've pushed over here, which is a bit annoying. So we've only got 2 divisions was the problem. We're still waiting for reinforcements. So let's do a little front line. We might have to get a few troops in here from the main line. They're on their way, actually. So we just need to push them back. We really can't afford to have any pushes over. Let's grab a unit from there as well. The Red Army has started its major offensive in the middle. So we've got a few more days for Silo Heights to be reinforced. We will take some Berlin garrison, get a few divisions as well. 4 days for the Silo forts to be built. There is a few already by the looks of it in Silo. Silo Heights, the name that just sends terrors down my spine of misery in the past videos, but all for fun, isn't it? We've got a lot of green bubbles, which is good, so they should just waste their equipment. Every other bridge seems fine, just this pocket here we need to push. Got some more divisions in. We've got a front line around it. As long as we can hold them in, everywhere else seems to be okay. Once the reinforcements are in, we should be able to push them, or at least be able to hold. 1 more day for our forts. I might actually build just some... Well, we've already got a few forts, level 3, so I might just extend that a little bit. See if we can get any of these built just to hold. I mean, I could fall back to the forts, but... Oh, there they go. There wasn't many, actually. A few only got built, so we'll build a load of forts in these plains, because it's not great. Right, they're all still green. We are looking... Okay, I thought this would be a lot more difficult to start with, I'll be honest. We will take a few of these divisions from the main bit because we don't need them. This bubble here is getting a bit big, so we'll send some reinforcements from the main centre as the Soviets are wasting their equipment. First bit of PP, I could take armour. Infantry, yeah, infantry expert. None of these other ones really do anything at the moment, so yeah, definitely the infantry expert. Defence and attack is good. We'll go focus, we'll punish the transgressionals, or... Yeah, I need stability to maintain the struggle to get rid of the war exhaustion. Oh, that's got stability. We'll get the extra stability there. We don't need the war support. Right, they're getting pushed back, and they've moved that front line. We can't let our bridge get encircled, so I need to pin them in place. We have got these 2 trapped as they try to beeline off. So as long as we take them out, we'll have to just keep... I know I've got no org, but as I can just keep pinning them while we deal with it and just get some reinforcements, we should be able to hold, especially while we crush these 2 in this encirclement here. They don't look like they're going to hold, but there's not really a lot I can do about that at the moment. It is then a city tile, so it's not like they can go too far if we do lose the bridge there. Right, that is done. Let's go and get the armor expert as well. Armor, attack, and defense. We'll go down and get the bonus for basic infantry equipment, another -20 to production, which we need because we are currently 8,000 short, which isn't great. Everything else is only minutely in short, so that's okay. We can just pump reinforcements out, though, with some equipment, which is nice. Oh, the Soviets are just wasting their equipment in the front here. I mean, that is the Soviet method in this game, I must be honest. So we're holding there, which is absolutely fine. All the bridges in the north are holding. We have been pushed here. So 4 divisions, not very well equipped. I need to try and push that 1 division out. That one's holding, but they've only got 4 divisions as well. We really need some reinforcements here. Let's go and make a little bit of a front line on this river. They have been pushed back off the bridge, but they hold the city. This is getting worse and worse. So let's just reconvene these front lines into a better one because that is all over the place. I've switched some generals around as well just to give me river holders and the main front holder. They stop beelining off with your bloody truck. Right, I mean, you've just encircled and doomed yourself as long as we can quickly backfill this encirclement, well, not encirclement, this breakthrough, which we can because they aren't quick enough. That's the problem with these mods is the unit speed is so incredibly quick. They can just break through and make havoc with your front lines. Right, let's punish the transgressions now. Get an extra 10 stability. We're at 27 at the moment, so we do need better. We are at absolute belief, which gives us a negative 10% stability, to be fair. So we do need to buff that down somehow, probably with a few decisions. Right, we've got a little encirclement here of this pushover. We've got a load more reinforcements. Oh, it's not looking good in the north. It is not looking good. I can take some of these divisions, though, because they've got no equipment on the bridge. And at least try and encircle them. We are waiting on our reinforcements still, and the Soviets are pushing us, which is not great. Right, these are all encircled now. We've taken the bridge back, or, well, this side of the bridge, and got the bridge choke point. So these are all encircled, so we've actually got a nice encirclement, which is a big morale win. I mean, not for the troops, more for me playing this game, but that's fine. We will deal with this encirclement. Right, some reinforcements from Berlin itself. So let's get them straight up to the north. We need to hold this while we get them back. And then we'll have to push them back. We have lost Stettin as well, which is a bit annoying. But we should be able to push back there soon. Now, I don't want to do the defense of Berlin because we get a debuff to the surrounding areas. And we're not actually at Berlin yet. So that seems a little bit pointless because it's just going to make me fall back. So we'll leave that. That's not very helpful. I'm sort of running out of them. I mean, we might as well take the Luftwaffe or the youth. Yeah, let's get the youth in. Right, the southern encirclement is dealt with, so we definitely need to get a few divisions on this bridge line again so they don't cross the river. But they should be able to hold that. It's a narrow gap and there's only one direction. And then we'll take the rest of them, or half of them, and we'll go north because this is getting worse and worse. They are almost actually encircling me. We can't lose the bridge here. Oh, a cheeky little movement of the front line. Let's quickly make that bigger. I don't want to lose the centre. I was holding quite well, so I don't know how they managed to push out here. I must be honest, I've been a little bit blinded by, put the blinkers on, whatever you want to call it. So we'll get some more divisions up there. Hopefully that'll hold. Oh, the bridge is actually encircled, but luckily there's quite a few divisions there, so they shouldn't lose it. Everywhere else seems to be fine. We're getting the troops back to deal with this push. The Soviet equipment, to be fair, is absolutely non-existent. I mean, we haven't exactly... Yeah, Stettin was lost ages ago. We haven't exactly got flush equipment. We're at 177 and they're at 450 casualties at the moment. Right, we can now do maintain the struggle. So we get war exhaustion with war exhaustion reduced. So just basically a bit better on everything, which is nice, which takes 0 days, which is always a lovely focus. They are pushing there. The bridge might be lost, but we have got reinforcements on the way at least, so we'll have to extend that down. Oh, they're just beelining again. They've gone past another bridge, so let's hopefully push out and unencircle that bridge. And then we'll take a couple of divisions, push south here, and we'll just catch up with that one troop. And he's basically encircled now, so screwed himself over. We'll go for some wonder weapons. We're obviously not going to produce any, but that does remind me, I've totally forgot about the bloody Air Force. Right, we have quite a nice air force in this game as well. So we've got a few fighters, tactical bombers and CAS. So let's move them so they've got enough space, and we'll get them on logistic and close air support. That should help us out a lot. Yeah, we're getting CAS damage. I don't know why, but the Soviets don't seem to be doing anything. They've got planes in the air, but they're not intercepting or fighting for the air. So we've basically got CAS dominance. So that's good news for us. That bridge is unencircled again, so we'll make sure we leave enough divisions to hold that while we push back north. There's a few tiles here. We'll take that one troop that's caused all this problem is now encircled, so you can be just deleted. Bridges are holding. We've maintained the middle again. We're losing a few tiles, but it's not too bad. I think the CAS is making big difference. I wish I used that from the start. Operation Clausewitz. I'm pretty sure... A, I've butchered that, but B, that's just the Battle of Berlin, and I mean, it's just negative and some really poor bonuses, so I'm not going to do that. Seelau Heights has fallen. Right, that does a little bit more negative, so we actually gain stability from that, which is okay, but yeah, we've lost that city. We're still at only 2% capitulation, so, you know, not to the end of the world, funny enough. We are holding everywhere else. They've pushed us, yeah, past the forts, which is a bit annoying, but the CAS should be doing damage. We'll go get some reinforcements with the decisions. We'll get some tank hunters as well. I didn't show, actually. What's nice with this mod is they've got these new units. We've got underage conscripts, which are, you know, no more detail needed. And we've got Panzerfaust conscripts, which have got lovely hard attacks, where they were basically just giving out Panzerfaust to all the civilians. Like I can hit back a bit here. The Soviets have stopped, so there's some divisions here with no equipment, and we might be able to pull off just a little encirclement. We'll just knock a few troops out. We can get a couple of encirclements off. Their org is dropping pretty quick, so we'll pin them in place. Yeah, there we go. Nice little 3 encirclement. That's fine. That's just more troops and equipment they'll lose and have to replace, and I assume they can't replace it that easily. Starting to flee in the north for some reason, so we'll definitely grab that free land from them and push them back to the river. Nice little encirclement of tank. They've got absolutely 0 equipment, so we'll definitely just... well, a nice little encirclement there, and we'll grab the free land. Don't know where they're going. They are just retreating. We'll grab our bridge back as well, which is very nice, thank you. And we'll just plonk you on there. Make sure you hold that and grab you. I reckon we're logistic bombing the hell out of them, which means they no longer have enough supply. That's why they're retreating, but... I mean, I'm not exactly Sherlock Holmes, and I don't really care. I mean, we're not exactly flush with equipment, are we? So we'll take any win. We'll obviously pump out some new divisions. We'll get some free divisions from there as well. And we'll get some child soldiers. Why not? Load of encirclements here, so let's just quickly close these off while they cannot reinforce. We've taken Stettin back. We've got a few full divisions, actually. The Soviets, did they even have a leader? Oh, it's Zhukov, yeah, okay. I thought they'd lost a leader or something, but it's obviously Zhukov, and they haven't got a picture for him yet, but never mind, he is there. We'll finish driving these back to the river and closing encirclements. Now, we actually hold that bridge and the bridge north, so all of this here is technically encircled. Don't know if they'll get the negative, but they won't be able to escape. So let's grab all the free tiles. There is like 7 divisions there. They're stacking a few... I just think the AI has given up. They don't seem to be moving. Just trying to finish off these encirclements, but it's... divisions with no organ equipment versus divisions with no organ equipment. So it's basically like 2 old men having a punch-up. I mean, that actually describes the end of the war perfectly, I suppose. So yeah, put that in your history books. But we're winning. We are winning. That is the end. There we go. 1 tile and they disappear. So there is a nice bunch of Soviets gone. We now have the river line back, so we'll take the majority of these units that we don't need and we'll put them into this main front again, because that's where we're going to be fighting. We've got all of the bridges back, few divisions on there. The Soviets have got no equipment, so there's no chance they are pushing back over these rivers. Now, unfortunately, I'm actually too good at this game because I need more than 12% surrender progress to go down the focus tree more, so I'm going to have to actually retreat. So we'll do a bit of a retreat behind this river line, give up some victory points to improve our surrender limit, and that way we can go further down the tree. Hopefully we don't lose too much equipment in this retreat. We do want to do the Steiner counter, obviously, so we want that bonus. We'll just manually move some troops because, funny enough, don't retreat through the front line of the enemy. That is not wise. And we're going to do it in the north, actually, as well. We'll take this river line here. 12% is quite a lot in this game, it turns out. Especially since I don't want to go back to Berlin, because that will just end badly. This is rather annoying. I have to give up this land, but never mind. Oh, our leaders decided to go. Annoyingly, we're still at 5%, and the Soviets just don't want to take the free land we're giving them. I assume they are at such low org and equipment, they just don't want to progress into the free land we're giving them. Plus, we are reinforcing ourselves quite nicely. So I've got two choices. Either I don't go down the focus tree, or we obviously want the counter-attack, so I might just console the focus requirements. So I've consoled the focus requirements, and we're doing Steiner's attack. We do have Mr. Spear in charge now as well. And we'll get our front line back. If the Soviets don't want to push, we will definitely push back with Steiner. So let's get our front line going. There's a few lovely encirclements they've done here. They've beelined a few victory points by the looks of it. Or no, because there's no victory point. They've beelined some big penises into us. And we will just chop those off and surround those troops. We'll get a load of encirclements and then we'll just push on in. They, to be fair, they have got 0 equipment and 0 org. So they've not even pushed anywhere near here in the north. So we'll do on the north as well. We'll get our front line back. Right, and we'll get our field marshal order there so they can reinforce. And then we'll push back to the river. Oh, these Soviets are just being cut through. The counter is on massively. I mean, we also had time to... We've got all the equipment. We've not got a lot of manpower. But, you know, why need men when you have shooty guns? The German counter is well and truly on. They are just melting through. I'll be honest, our equipment's pants as well. They're down to quite about 200 troops. They're just, I don't know if the AI is off. There's like 22 divisions there, so they're just going to get encircled. All of these are about to be encircled. Another big encirclement. Get that one on the Reddit. I mean, that's, you know, it's kind of not a real one, but we'll push on round. If we grab the bridges and meet up here, everyone here in the front will be encircled, and we'll just hold the whole of the river line. I can actually surrender now because we don't have our leader. I mean, I won't be doing that. We can also then align. It looks like they've got a lot of plans for this mod with some alternate bits, so I look forward to that. But obviously, we are not going to surrender because we've just encircled all of the Soviets here, so we're just going to get a nice field marshal order and move on in. And I would assume this is, you know, a good 50%. How much they got? Probably about 200 divisions at the moment. So we'll see what that looks like after we've done this. Right, that is the last few divisions. Everywhere else is holding. What are they down to? Probably about 150, 1.3 million casualties. I think it's time for just a field marshal order into the Red Army land and aggressively move in and let the computer do it. That's basically the whole of the Red Army in the north encircled. So we'll push back to Stettin and the river line for another time. This is really hard to take these as well. This is like two very old men trying to punch each other. Right, grab Stettin. There's no one here anymore. That must have been all of their troops. So we'll just move in and grab our free land back. Thank you. We'll up the speed a bit as well. Wow, I wasn't paying attention for about 30 seconds in the middle, and they have absolutely punched through. This is pretty much game over for the Soviets. 37% though, a little bit to go. How much more we got? Is that it? 99, 100, and 24 hours. Peace deal or crash. Peace deal. Red Army is... I mean, yeah, they did not have any equipment, did they? Wow. We'll just take all of their land. By their land, I mean our land. And Berlin has been saved. Obviously, the West, they capitulated. Can we? 250 days. Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not taking that back from the demo. Are they even got any troops, Mr. Eisenhower there? Have you got... You've only got like 15 troops. I could invade and take it all, but what's the point? Berlin is saved, isn't it? That's obviously in development, that side. So I do look forward to playing this again when it's got a little bit more in depth from some other trees done. But there we go, guys. Berlin, I've done the ultimate Enzig and I've saved Berlin in the Battle of Berlin. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit the subscribe button if you had enjoyed and you want to see more. Hit the like button and comment what you want me to do next. Check out the mod. I'll leave a link in the description. Thanks for watching and peace out.